Morning folks, welcome back to Geoffrey Greenaway Outdoors, and today we're in the beautiful Mournes again. But today's topic might be a little bit controversial, and today's question is, should we be gatekeeping secret locations? Should we keep those hidden waterfalls, quiet wild camping spots and off the map trails to ourselves? Or is that idea just outdated in 2025? Because let's be honest, with Google Earth, Strava and social media, are there even any true secret places left? As we make our way up this trail, I want to dig into both sides, the pros and cons of gatekeeping, and explain why I think it's time to admit that keeping locations secret just isn't realistic anymore. So let's grab a coffee, settle in, and we'll talk about it. So let's get back to the start, and we'll talk about the route. The route for today is we've started off at Mourne Lodge, just came up the track, and then behind me is Spellick, where we're going to go touch the cairn there, over to Sleeve Mealmore, touch the cairn there probably, drop down into Pollafuka, up Sleeve Burna, down into Hurst Gap, and back onto the Trozzy track, and back into Mourne Lodge. So come along, we've never done Spellick before from this side, so looking forward to it. Got a real funny feeling this one's going to be a tight one, guys, but sure, 20 minutes we'll be at the top. Good views near some of the Spellick now. I can see Sleeve Burna through the Hurst Gap over to Sleeve Donard. Comet has got clouds on down into Newcastle. Brilliant. Whoa. Summit number 1 done. Spellick. Up the Sleeve Mealmore next. Let's go. Let me. Oh. We might have to bang this route here. I'll go a wee bit more shelter somewhere. Finally getting some shelter by the wall. That was probably the strongest winds we felt in a long while up here. But you can see the rays of the sun rays just coming through Hurst Gap and over towards Sleeve Binion and the lakes. Class. Great morning still. Kilcrew Reservoir getting a wee bit of light as well. Lovely morning. So what do we actually mean by gatekeeping? In the outdoor world, it usually means deliberately keeping certain locations like a wild camping spot, a hidden swimming hole or a viewpoint off social media, or at least not naming them directly. And I get it, it usually comes from a good place. People want to protect nature, avoid crowds and preserve the sense of discovery. Nobody wants to see their favourite quiet mountain spot turned into a TikTok hotspot overnight. But on the other hand, people like me, outdoor creators, also want to share these experiences. That's what inspires others to get out and explore more. So it's a balance between protecting a place and sharing it responsibly. Just on our way now to the Pollafuka. The wall, like I say, is doing its good job sheltering us here. Safe to say, we've never done this side of the wall down to the Demon's Hole, Pollafuka. Like I say, but some stunning light out here this morning. Lovely. Burna the beast, getting awakened by some sun rays. Lovely. Let's start with the pros of gatekeeping. Number 1, protection. Some locations simply can't handle heavy footfall. A small wild camping area, or a fragile bog, or a trail with limited parking, too many visitors can damage it fast. Gatekeeping helps those places off the radar and intact for longer. Number 2, respect for locals. A lot of secret spots sit near private land. Sharing exact coordinates or geotags can upset landowners and even lead to restrictions or access issues. So being vague can actually be a form of respect. Number 3, preserving magic. There's something special about discovering a place yourself. When you find a hidden lake or a quiet summit by accident, it feels different than when you've seen it 100 times online. Gatekeeping can help keep that sense of discovery alive. So yes, there are genuine reasons to keep some locations quiet. But here's why I start to lean the other way. Just coming on the 2 hours now, just over 2 miles as well. Bit of a slow one coming up Spellick, down Sleepmead Moor there. As you can see, it is still blowing a hoodie. We're going to attempt Sleeve Burner, see how far we can get up, and then if we can get up it, happy days. If not, we'll just come back down and rechange our routes. We haven't got too far up Sleeve Burner. We're aborting it back to the Palafuca before we get blew down it. Woo! Definitely think that was the right decision there. A couple of times, whoa, a couple of times Burner's beat us, but it'll be there tomorrow and next week. But still some good views out the Doan. We're going to head up the cull between Sleepmead Beg and Sleepmead Moor, and then drop down into Happy Valley. Always got to keep thinking on your feet. I'm telling you here now, see if that wind wasn't here, that'll be a cracking morning for some daylight. Always have a backup plan, guys. We do know this route to get off the mountains, just over the cull here between Sleepmead Beg and Sleepmead Moor, like I say. But you come down 30 or 40 metres and it's brilliant, isn't it? I know it's not climbing Sleeve Burner, but it's still a good pull. Still a cull here between the two mountains. Maybe take us 20 minutes or so. Now let's talk why I think gatekeeping doesn't really work anymore, and why honestly it might not work much more in 2025. First, information is everywhere between Google Earth, Strava heat maps, all trails and social media. It's nearly impossible to keep a location hidden. Even if you don't tag it, someone else will. There's even AI software now that can identify a mountain range just from a single photo. So the idea of a secret place doesn't really hold up anymore. Second, the outdoors shouldn't be exclusive. There's a fine line between protecting nature and just being territorial. When someone says, I don't want the wrong people finding it, it can sound a bit elitist. The outdoors should be open to everyone, not just to those who already know where to look. Third, education beats exclusion. Instead of hiding spots, we should focus on teaching people how to behave when they get there. Leave no trace principles, wild camping adequate, and respecting wildlife. That's what actually protects these areas long term. Gatekeeping doesn't stop damaging, education does. And finally, sharing inspires. Most of us started hiking, camping or trail running because we saw someone else's photo and thought, I'd like to do that. So if everybody stops sharing, that inspiration fades away. Oh, it's turning nasty, so it is. Oh, we call this place Happy Valley, not today, guys. Oh, cold, wet, windy. So what's the middle ground then? For me, it's about responsibly sharing. I'll happily show the Mourne Mountains, but I'll also mention things like trail conditions, parking, weather and respect for wildlife. I don't have to give exact coordinates for every wild camp, but I can still tell the story and show the experience. That way people learn from it without every single spot becoming overcrowded. And if you've got a few locations you want to keep private, that's okay too. We also have to accept that most of the so-called hidden spots aren't hidden anymore. They're already online, whether we like it or not. So instead of trying to stop the tide, maybe it's better to guide, share responsibly, encourage, respect and help build a community that values the outdoors. Because when people feel connected, they'll start to value these sort of places. People might wonder why you come out in a day like that, but it's still lovely to be out, just as long as you play it safe and get your weekly, daily, monthly dose of vitamin T. So what do you think? Should we be gatekeeping secret locations in 2025? Or has that time passed? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, especially if you've had your favourite spot go viral, or if you've struggled with whether to share a location or not. For me, the outdoors belongs to everyone, but it's our responsibility to treat it right, share the beauty, but share the respect. If you enjoyed this hike and chat, give the video a like, subscribe if you already haven't, and check out some more Mourne adventures in the description below. We're about a mile away from the car. Just going to follow along the Mourne way here, head back down to Mourne Lodge, maybe get a fry, something to eat, starving. Thanks for coming along on this one, guys. Wee bit of a change there, a route map change on the way, so always be wary of that there when you're coming out. Always have a plan A, plan B and plan C maybe. So if you like it, thumbs up, comment like I say, and of course I'll see you all on the trails next week again, guys.